Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to this community showdown. It's going to be the Empire led by Nerexa facing off against Bretonnia, who shall be helmed by Charix, and we do have the Battle of the Brothers here. They're not actually brothers, but, kind of flavor-wise, I guess. It is going to be FRANZ versus King LOUEN Always feels bad to see, two good guy factions going at it, but you've got to see what's going on every now and then. Now, for the Empire army in the front line, it is going to be a core line of spearmen with shields, backed up by mortar wagons. So mortar wagons are... I'm trying to think about their applications against Bretonnia. Okay, so it's like a mortar that can kill archers that can't be shut down, and in a very desperate situation, it is also going to be able to provide capture weight as well. Demogryph Knights with halberds, amazing. Most matchups, like Empire versus Bretonnia, is like mass Demogryphs. You're going to see like 2 or 3 of them at least. Silver bullets in the back, and a Jade Wizard to heal FRANZ, who does have Gall Moraz and the Rune Fang, and that is going to be it. Now, for the Great Charix, he is going to be using King LOUEN up in the sky. Lots of peasants, lots of battle pilgrims, which do actually beat Empire infantry, except greatswords. And archers in the back, and I think a couple cav units, including the mounted yeomen. Very standard Bretonnia, right? Open up with a ton of infantry and then call in mass cav pretty much for the rest of the game. Shooting going down here, Silver Bullet's going to be putting some pressure into King LOUEN, but he's very elusive here. He's very quick with 100 movement speed. FRANZ actually only has 90 movement speed, so LOUEN is just straight up faster than him, which makes sense. I guess LOUEN is like a demigod, basically. Not a demigod, but he's like, he's taking that super soldier serum. He's got that sweet grail juice going through him. But yes, LOUEN able to move, being poked by 1 war wagon, so only 1, and Silver Bullets. I really like the Silver Bullet usage here, poking into the advancing yeoman archers there, as the 2 spearmen units going to be positioning up on the objective and mitigating the Bretonnian capture. Now, spearmen, of course, have 5 capture weight. Battle pilgrims going to be rocking 5 as well. Peasant mobs have 2, and the Grail Relic has 3. So that's a little bit of a preview of what's to come here. And we do see FRANZ, the Prince and Emperor, jumping down, attacking the Grail Relic here. Certainly a good call for him. He can get in there and bash this thing down and get some nice damage on that. And if he can kill it, King LOUEN's all the way across the battlefield. That would be a really sweet grab for him for sure. The Demi's going to be retreating back, and a second unit of Demogryph Knight halberds called out to deal with the Bretonnian cav. Obviously, the Empire is kind of lacking in tools to deal with battle pilgrims. There's not a whole lot in this Empire battle line that's going to be excellent at taking down the pilgrims and some of the more stalwart infantry threats, because battle pilgrims have pretty insane base leadership. It's actually 75, which is really, really quite good. So, mortar wagon shooting into archers, you can see they've done about 15% damage so far, and like I said, they can be used as a battering ram as well, but the Empire is going to be forced back, and yeah, read my mind here. He's going to be bringing out grenade launchers. Grenade launchers are excellent at mowing down just filthy Bretonnians here, so they're going to be launching in, but the peasant archers are a good counter against them, so you can see some of the poison archers going to be teeing off into the poor grenade launchers here, so a bit of a blunderous positioning from Nerexa. Maybe should have been further on the outside over here shooting, and yeah, those archers need to go in the can before anything happens. Now, LOUEN somehow engages against Demogryph Knights. He decides to land and fight them. A bit dangerous, especially if FRANZ were to come over and pop the Reichland Rune Fang. That could really change the dynamic of that fight. A couple of peasants trying to break in. FRANZ, of course, does break their leadership. Demogryph Knights trading quite well into King LOUEN, and he's trading well back into them as well. And there's a sort of Corone and Earthblood going to keep him fighting, while the Demis are going to be shutting down the archers. Bretonnia didn't really have much to defend back here. Now we do see... Oh, that answers my question. I was like, why is he bringing FRANZ? Magic damage against Green Knight. That makes a hell of a lot of sense, because FRANZ will connect with Green Knight very effectively. Okay, that's pretty badass. So Sword of Crone's still active. Demogryph Knights being worn down a little bit. We got Battle Pilgrims in the mix now, but the other Demis have been able to sweep through the archer lines pretty effectively. And what are they going to try and do? Are they going to try and get a rear charge in this position? We don't know. We'll find out soon. So Demi unit does get back. Silver Bullets putting some good gunfire down in the flank against the Battle Pilgrims. And the Sons of Sigmar holding reasonably well in the front line. You can see they're going to be able to hold back the filthy peasants. And now we have the boss fight coming in. So Demogryphs teaming up with FRANZ. Reichland Rune Fang active, really nice. That's going to put him up to 55 melee attack. And Green Knight is kind of getting some damage on him here. You can see Green Knight taking a big old whooping. I would imagine Bretonnia has healing as well. And yes, we do see a Damsel of Life there on the far side. But yeah, I really like the FRANZ deck. Okay. Now we can finally say FRANZ is maybe going to be meta in a matchup because of Green Knight, because yeah, he provides really good consistent magic damage, and you can see Green Knight's brought down to half health, but he is being 2v1, LOUEN is there, Green Knight's beating on him as well. FRANZ, of course, is going to be getting some fat heals, I would imagine, but still a little bit dodgy. Really good play from Charix, though, using his Bretonnian archers to deal with the gun units, and we do have some war wagon support nearby, another Demi unit going to be trying to rush through. This is a messy pit fight, definitely not good for FRANZ, considering the 2v1 with the legendary heroes here. with Green Knight and King Lewin. Demis probably want to pull back at this point. We do have Sterling's Revenge in the mix. So these are the Arwar Free Company Militia. I think they're trying to form ranks and shoot, or maybe they're going to pile in and help. Definitely don't want to be getting into melee with Battle Pilgrims. Not going to be great for them. But Demi's still chewing, getting some work in. Franz maybe thinking about moving back in, as we do see Questing Knights called in from the Deep Call-in, and now going to be trying to get into the Empire backfield. Empire definitely needs to get these silver bullets, turn about face, and start shooting at the Questing Knights, and there are going to be some Empire Knights forming up, and it looks like he does have that target, right? Silver bullets, fire, reload, fire. I'm going to be playing Empire and Tabletop tomorrow. Pretty excited for that. And they are getting some good powder salvos into the Questing Knights here, as the Empire Knights also charge in. Franz being brought to the boys. Going to be teaming up with the Empire Knights. Should be able to deal with the Questing Knights relatively well. And the Demogryph Knights detaching, getting a nice flanking charge. So here come the mighty Bird Knights of Sigmar, and pinning in a lot of Questing Knights, also potentially threatening Lewin a little bit. Franz able to disengage with Foe Seeker, giving him a big speed boost, and he'll probably get back up in the sky and consider maybe recharging into King Lewin here. War Wagons and Silver Bullets both going to be targeting into King Lewin. He's going to be eating it a bit as Lewin does engage once again against the Questing Knights. Green Knight pretty healthy still. Currently, Bretonnia is crushing the Empire on objectives. Empire actually doesn't have any points on the board, but again, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, it matters a lot. I'm trying to think of the best way to articulate this. It matters, but the Empire is still in a position with a value lead in healing where they can come back and win this game. This is not uncommon when some people, especially Bretonians, play really aggressive against Empire. It's extremely meta. And, the Empire can pull ahead in value with their Demogryph Knights out trading a lot of the Bretonian Knights and, those type of things, right? Grenades are in the mix, but the Peasant Archers are zeroing in on them. Charik's watching very, very closely, making sure to lock down those targets where he can. And up in the sky, we do see the Sword of Crone activated and Earthblood as well, as Franz is getting a fat heal right here. And these Silver Bullets, man, what MVPs. I mean, they've been charged by cavalry, they're staying online, and they've gotten 1,400 value so far, which is really, really cool. I'm actually going to be playing like a Null Gunline list. I'm super excited to give it a try tomorrow. Should be fun. All right, so Sword's been chilling out. We do have a couple of these State Troopers moving up towards Objective 3, so the Empire is going to be getting on the board value-wise. Sterling's Revenge are also a really good armor-piercing unit. They have high AP values, so they do have 14 of their 22 damage is going to be piercing through armor, and they are getting beautiful shots, but the Haggard Peasant's going to be swarming from the flanks. Now, Free Company will destroy Peasants in melee, but it'll take a while. They are a hybrid shooting unit. They're not like some melee Terminator, so we do see the Empire Cav coming in to sweep them off. And now the Empire seems to be getting a little bit of ground. 7.9 against 6,000 here for Bretonnia, which it's so weird looking at the tournament leaderboard and seeing that freaking Bretonnia has like over a 50% win rate. I think now that Bretonian players have discovered how insanely good the Green Knight is after the changes and the buffs he got and the cost reductions, I think that's one of the big reasons. Because Green Knight in so many matchups is really oppressive and hard to deal with, just like in Tabletop. But here he is going to be rising from the ashes. So Green Knight is out. We do see the Demis sweeping on around, and the gun line of the Empire shooting away. Silver Bullets do magic damage with their shooting. I think they're mostly compromised now, so that's going to be offline for now. Objective 2 belonging to the Sons of Sigmar, and Bretonnia is going to be hunkering down up here, parking some Knights of the Realm, and Companions of Quenelles. Some very meaty, powerful units coming out, which are going to stifle the push of the Empire a little bit, right? Lewin and Franz, are they going to duel? Looks like Franz does take a blow to the side, but returns the favor and punches Lewin in the face. Does he have Galmraz active? It does not look like he does, and there he does. Reikland, Runefang, and Galmraz, 663 weapon strength against 480. So Franz is going to be hitting way harder than Lewin right now, and Lewin is going to need to retreat. Oh, big blow to the back, down to 3,600 HP. Green Knight's coming in. Honestly, Franz could probably just stay and fight, try and beat up the Green Knight here. I would like to see some Spearmen called in on the outside to just waddle towards Objective 3 and start playing the long game there, because this is getting very precarious on points. Granted, the Empire slow push is adding up. Franz being harried by the Green Knight very heavily, and we do see Charix charging in with the King Lewin once again. Demogryph's going to be sweeping forward. Oh shit, those are the Royal Altar of Griffites too. Those are no mere Demogryphs, and if they're able to get us around on King Lewin, if he goes too deeply, and Franz is able to jump back up and then re-engage, that could be really brutal. These guys are absolute punishers. Even with the 75% ward on Green Knight, they can do some work. Although, big Bretonian Cav unit coming in, Flesh to Stone, I love it. That's going to be giving him 60% physical resist. Really, really nice spell right there, as King Lewin is going to be parking back here. It looks like he got snared, or maybe just like dropped an order or something, I'm not sure. Sitting on the middle objective, couple Spearmen helping. Companions of Quenelles are going to be on the way. These guys do arrive, and I believe the Empire heard me from the past. From the future, who knows? War Wagons moving into Objective 3, so they're going to start threatening that. Now the Empire does have some State Troopers moving towards Objective 1. Granted, this game is really close. Honestly, it could go either way. Royal Altar of Griffites kind of getting overwhelmed, doing well on value, but being attacked by an extremely elite anti-large Bretonian Cav unit, Green Knight, and Knights of the Realm. There's very few things in this game that could stand up to that. So, Sterling's Revenge turning about face, and they're going to be dropping some fat shots on King Lewin here. 2400 HP, Franz did about the same amount, and now we get a big cav engagement as the Knights of the Realm hammer into these bad boys here, and the Life Wizard of the Empire in a very dodgy position here. So wagons probably capture that. 1,200 points here for Bretonnia, sitting at 1209 against 168 here, as King LOUEN is going to be popping, Franz is going to be popping Foe Seeker. And moving on down, attacking into King LOUEN Leon Kerr. I love it, the brothers battle. As tragic as it is to see the nations of men, draw blood, it is what it is. It still makes for a really fun fight. Franz going to be sitting really low. He gets counterpunched by the companions of Quenelles, which of course do have anti-large. Maybe some of the Empire powder is going to be able to provide some support. Doesn't look like it. And Franz is going to be sent packing to the Shadow Realm here. He might live, but Green Knight connects, and Karl Franz is down for the count. All right, King LOUEN and company getting it done. Is that going to be enough to close out the game? Objective 3 on the far side belongs to these bad boys. And there still are a lot of state troopers on the battlefield. Spearmen, war wagons here, and also a fresh unit of Demograph Knights, which can trade pretty well, but that is going to be a tap out. And Bretonnia probably too far ahead. With Franz falling, that's going to be dictating the outcome of the game. What a fun match. Really cagey, really back and forth. Cool positioning on both players. Love to see it. Silver Bullets did great. Wagon did good. Even the Mortar Wagon got 1,200 value. What's not to love? Franz kind of got outperformed by LOUEN. That was really the big crux of the game. 2,900 against Franz at 16. And Green Knight is also such a bully, too. Even with something that can counter him, 2,500 on Green Knight, that's so balls deep, man. And yeah, Demis did okay. They got caught in some bad fights, though. All right, guys. GG, well played. We'll see you on the other side. And congrats to these mighty champions.